Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Or the party that is from the government is a party you belong to. You are campaigning against corruption. The president who leads this government has been tagged by no less a person than the man he appointed as special prosecutor, Martin Amidu. Martin Amidu described the president as a mother serpent of corruption. You are in this party and in this government. What do you make of the Akuffo Addo government's fight against corruption?
To be frank with you, whatever we said during the campaign, we've not been able to do it. Fighting corruption. But I'll give him benefit of the doubt because there are so many cases that have gone to court and manipulations and maliciations and whatever. None of them. They've not even completed about 5 of them. So Ghanaians are impatient. And because of that, people are doing things with impunity. But when we are blaming the president, you should blame the judiciary too.
How?
Because of delays. Because of delays.
The Attorney General succeeded in daily prosecutions for your colleague from Asin North. If the government is committed and the president himself is committed, they would have gotten these cases to, don't you think?
Well, you know, let me give you this example. Opuni. Opuni.
Cocoa board.
Yeah, cocoa board. Right from 2017, we're in 2023. How many years now?
6.
Right. Nothing has been done. But even the reference you just made, you see, when the president also made a mistake to comment on whatever he preempted the judgment. You see how people also lashed him. So we allowed the judiciary to work and everything. I agree with you that the Attorney General is expediting it. It doesn't mean the judge. Attorney General can push the judge to take a decision and say that within 2 days he should give judgment. No. I am not condoning to anything, but what I'm saying is judiciary is part of the problem. The government is also part of the problem. So you cannot accuse only the government. At least he has set example of, you know, sending cases to the court. And I've given you one example where 6 years, nothing has been done and all those things.
But you knew this and yet you attacked John Mahama. At least he has jailed, and I'm not using him being the one who jailed, but jailed some of his officers when he was in office. You haven't done that. In fact, your president has been, and I'm using your president here to mean the MPP-led, but I mean he's our president, has been described as a clearing agency. I'm sure you have seen that and heard that. It means that he's not interested in fighting corruption. And for his special prosecutor to say he was mother serpent of corruption, that means he's the hen that sits on the eggs of corruption in this country. That's a problem. For a party that told us you're coming to remove corrupt Mahama and all his people and fix Ghana, we are not seeing that.
You see, the problem here is that before this, whatever we said, I think we made a mistake by not changing the mindset and conscientizing Ghanaians. Because if you want to fight corruption in this country, whatever decision that you are coming out, Ghanaians should be your partners. Partners in the sense that you should educate Ghanaians to let them know that this has gone wrong and we have to correct it. If we don't, it is not good for our country. It is not good for development. If not, even we politicians, especially our accused the parliament. Parliament, we take entrenched position. If it's MPP, you see all MPP members of parliament supporting. If it is NDC, you see NDC members of parliament supporting. When it happens like that, it makes it difficult to fight corruption. You know very well that what this individual has done is not good for the country. He's been taken to court. He has not even been jailed. And right there, you see interference. That is a problem. It's part of it. So I think if we really want to fight corruption, I will tell you that those who say that, oh, this man is corrupt, this woman is corrupt, naturally, almost everybody in this country, we are all corrupt. You know why? Because right from our inception, when we were born, our culture alone, the children, what they see at home, it becomes an imprint in the brain, and they think they are doing the right thing. It is only few that come out and realize what my parents were doing
it's not right.
Yeah, was not right for the country. So when we are talking of corruption, we are all corrupt.
Okay.
So for us to change Ghana and eliminate or reduce, I would say reduce, because everywhere in the world, some people are corrupt. They avoid taxes and all those things. So I think to reduce corruption in this country, we have to educate every Ghanaian. Every Ghanaian should be a partner to the government, so that we begin to teach them, advise them, and let them know that even if you go to work and you're supposed to start at 8 and you go at 10, it's against the normal time that we have to go.
So that's also corruption.
Yeah,
corruption of morals and all of that.
Right, all those things. So
I googled your name and added corruption. Lots of headlines. I'm just going to read 2 for you. The first one says, Agyapong vows to commit suicide if Mahama is not jailed. This is Ibrahim Mahama. This was 2017. Speaking on Adom TV, maverick politician said, quote, I will take in poison and kill myself if Ibrahim Mahama is not jailed, unquote. He should watch and hear me well. I'll take in poison and die if Ibrahim is not jailed. This was because you thought he was corrupt. 6 years on.
He is corrupt.
But he has not gone to jail. 6 years on.
No, let me tell you. You see why I blame the judges and everything? Ibrahim Mahama, okay, was clearing all his machines without paying taxes, duties.
That's an allegation.
I took him on, and he went and paid 14 million. You didn't hear. A good journalist like you, you didn't hear.
I did.
That's where I have a problem. If you did, indeed, you would not even make this statement.
But so that is why.
And let me tell you, the culture. What I talk about culture. Some big chiefs, some big politicians were begging on his behalf, and now he gets the moral rights even to make such a statement.
Do you not think you gave him the chance? Because if you tagged him as corrupt, and
but he's corrupt. I've given you one example where he didn't pay the duties.
If you tagged him as corrupt, now you come and your record isn't that better. It means you gave him the moral high ground to make the comments against you. And
have I been charged of corruption?
Not yet.
Yeah, so it's not me personally.
Okay. Okay. There's that story. I have corruption evidence that can destroy MPP, Kennedy Agyapong. This was 1 year ago. You are condoning and using corruption as a blackmail tool? You want to be president?
My brother, I have a problem. With all due respect.
Yes.
Sometimes the words you journalists use, I've told you earlier on that if Ghana is going to burn, it will come from journalists and because of misreporting. Because of misreporting.
But there's a quote here. Let me read it for you and tell me if you didn't say this. Claiming that the MPP's Director of Communication, Mr. Yabobian Samoa, has been speaking disparagingly about him, Kennedy Agyapong warned that, quote, if NPP folks dare me, I swear God, I will release an Anas video, unquote, he filmed in Chi. You didn't say this.
PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.